right. Boy, that was a sneak peek. Did you catch that? Ooh, nice. Okay, let's go back. I'm setting stuff up. Getting my silver ready. Hi, hello, Timothy Mack. Good to see you. This is the pre-show. We got about 10 minutes left before we get going here. Prepper Chris is in the house. Good. Finally. Found him another mod. Oh, actually, I think you're the only mod in here, Prepper Chris. You want some help? Oh, no. Casey Martz is in here too. I think I might do one more. Let's see. Who was in here early? New World Stacker. Would you mind being a mod for me tonight? You're in early a lot. So I'm going to, if you're still in here, I'm going to make you a mod. There we go. New World. All right. Sure love the help. Okay, thanks, Prepper. Prepper Chris, you're one of my favorite mods. You're awesome. All right, let's get going here. So the pre-show. All right, so I love the early birds, the ones that come in here long before I click go live. All right, long before the bumper music kicks in, long before I get my goosebumps from that music. You guys are just great. Thank you. And just to say thank you to the early birds, the ones that just can't wait to get going. I'm going to do a few giveaways, special early bird giveaways. So some silver, actually. Okay, there we go. It's in my hand here. This is how it works. I'm going to give you 3 words, 3 tonight. Okay? Then I will open the call line. Not now, but later. So I'll announce it. And all you have to do is call in on that call line and say one of the 3 words. Okay, one of the 3 words that aren't used up. All right, so once it's used, that's it. I'll cross it off here, and you have to pick a different early bird word. So you want to know what the 3 words are? All right, before I give you the 3 words, I want to say something else. If you're an early bird winner and you're a Patriot Pistol member, I upgrade that, an upgrade to a silver dime, from a silver dime to a silver quarter. All right. So if you're an early bird winner and you're a Patriot Pistol member, you go from a dime to a silver quarter. And if you're a premium member, that is one of my Maple Musket members or my Yankee Cannon members, I'll make it a silver $half. Okay. So you have to be someone who calls in on that call line and says one of the 3 words that I'm going to say. All right. And if you're a member, I can upgrade you. So, by the way, I had a member, who's won now twice, and she admitted, she's actually a premium member, she admitted that she has this number on speed dial. She's won twice. So there's a hint, guys. All right, speed dial. Man, should I tell you what the number is first? Oh, man, I don't know. If you've been watching my channel, you might know it already. I don't know. What do you think? Should I say the number now so that you know what it is when I open it up? Anyway, here are the 3 words. Listen up. Oh, is that the number there? 867-5309? Oh, people are going to be slapping in wrong numbers. It mess everybody up. All right, so let's get serious. Here are the 3 words. The first that you can choose from is Old Glory. That's right, Old Glory. The next word is Engelhard. Engelhard, as in the bars, the silver bars, Engelhard. So Old Glory, Engelhard, and the last one is, well, it's not a one word. These are maybe words or phrases. Sorry. National Park. Okay, so those are the 3. Old Glory, Engelhard, National Park. Might want to write those down if you got a piece of paper handy. I'll say it one last time. And no, it's not Old Yankee, Sammy Farr. I think I did that once, though. All right, Brandon Colton, if you are able to call in and say one of those words, then you win. But I haven't opened the call line yet. So it's Old Glory, Engelhard National Park. That's it. I'm not going to say it anymore. I'll put this silver down. There we go. And I'm waiting for Tim to jump on the Zoom call. He is not on yet. I called him. He was leaving his house, heading back to the shop, the coin and stamp shop. He said he'd call in from there. Last time he did it from there, he did have a little bit of internet trouble. I've been trying to help him get that resolved. So hopefully we won't have any issues. He'll be able to zoom in, show his face, answer questions, have fun. Maybe he'll rant for us. He asked me today, do you want me to rant? I mean, do you want me to get political? I'm like, dude, I'm going to have you on a short leash, okay? He could just go on and on. He did. He went on and on when I was in the shop today with him. Oh, man. He was, really heated. All right. So, hey, I see some new members popping in here. 4-star events. Welcome to Yankees Militia. Great to have you. I see 4 stars there. It seems like you've been a member before. Maybe you stopped and started, and they're granting you those 4 lovely stars. Awesome. Brandon, I always say this wrong. Cluton? Yes, Brandon Cluton. Thank you for joining and stacking Sparky. Great to have you in our militia as well. Thank you. All right. SMK, great to see you. Yes, we got a few mods in here. That's great. If people get rambunctious, especially after Tim joins, you know what to do, mods. Just give them a little bit of leeway. Don't be too harsh. And then if they can't control themselves or whatever, you might need to put them in a timeout. All right. Let's see. Yes, Frank. Yes, questions will be coming. And he's already. Petrodollar collapse. When? Frank? I don't know. Let me go get my crystal ball. I'll be right back. All right. Remember, early birds. You have to wait for me to open up the call line. It's not open now, but I will say when it's open. So be ready. Okay. All right. It's almost time for me to crank up the bumper music. Distribute goosebumps to all the true patriots out there. So let's get ready, shall we? Hey, Talking Bullion, great to see you, man. TB's awesome. All right, I'll see you guys on the other side. And we are live. Welcome to Ask Yankee. So great to have you all here. This is awesome. We got 156 in the chat already. Wow. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Tonight is a super special night. We have my local coin shop dealer, Tim Marschner, joining me. He's not on yet. Hang in there. I'm waiting for him to join in on my Zoom call. He's headed back to his shop. He said he would be excited to join tonight and answer some questions for you. He is rapidly becoming a superstar on my YouTube channel and in our community. People, he is a national treasure. And I am super proud to be able to know him and actually have gotten to know him a lot better, a lot more personally. He's a great guy. And he and I both will be taking your questions in the chat tonight. So get ready for that. You might want to think about what you might ask myself and Tim and write it down if you need to. We'll be also running a short auction tonight with some cool items from Tim's establishment, the Coin and Stamp Shop. Actually, where's his business card? Let's see. I think it's over here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I think I knocked off the website because Tim's a little on the old school side of the house. Okay, guys? He doesn't have a website. You can't buy anything online from this guy, but boy, can you buy stuff over the phone. He ships. He's awesome. Gives you great deals. I'm going to leave that right here the whole time we're live. Let's see. So, yeah, we're going to be doing an auction. He gave me some of these items just today. Kookaburra. a koala. Check this out. A 5-ounce. Whoa, America the Beautiful. This is the Teddy Roosevelt one. Ooh. Dragons. Yeah, I think this is the 4th in the series. The Norse. Yeah. So we'll be doing some auctions. We have a giveaway over there, courtesy of Tim. And those of you that were here before the bumper music started, you know that you have an extra way to win some silver from me tonight, right? Just so hang in there, early birds. All right. So let me just cover a few quick nuggets for tonight. The chat is open to subscribers only. So you gotta have sub to me before you can, chat. The second thing is the auction. It is open to members only. So if you're a member of my channel at any level, you can participate in the auction. I do that for a couple reasons, one of which is I've had some bad situations occur with auctions from people just, jumping in there and doing stuff that they don't really mean to pay. So that's definitely something that you need to consider. Becoming a member is a quick way to take part in the auction. Giveaways, however, are open to everyone. All right, you don't have to be a member. You don't even have to subscribe. You just have to be here during the live stream. And the questions that you ask Tim and I do not require a super chat, though they do tend to get my attention, like Brandon's $1.49 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Brandon. Yeah, if you put a question in there, I am going to notice it really easy. If not, I'll still look, okay? Like Anthony's question. I see it. Yankee, I somehow lost your call-in number. Can you please post it for me? Yeah, you'll be able to see all the different numbers flying off in the chat real soon. I'm going to turn on CloudBot. Hopefully CloudBot will do its job and start sticking in all kinds of information in there for you. Oh, by the way, if we do cross over each $100 mark, and we've done that many times, we're going to have a bonus giveaway. So for every $100 we get in this super chat pot right there, we'll do another giveaway. And David, wow, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Our wealth is in ounces. Exchange it for property during the blue light sales in the housing market. The next crash will be biblical, in my opinion. Wow, very nice. All right, so I see AH said loud. Not sure what that means. Want to help me with that, guys? Let me try to boxes. I am looking.
If you want to eat healthy and feel your best, you've got to try.
I think Tim's on.
All-in-one meal shake.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I have on the screen.
You got nothing on the screen right now, buddy. But I'm hearing an ad.
Okay, there you are.
You might want to mute my live stream.
Okay, I had to skip the ads to get you.
No problem.
It looks like the computer is a little delayed from you and I.
That's fine. Just mute your mute the live stream.
That's fine. Just mute the live stream. That's fine.
Okay, where do I do that?
In YouTube, you see there's like a little the volume button. Just click that, and it should cross out the volume right there. It's hover over it, and there's like a speaker, and there's a slide next to it. If you just click the speaker, it mutes it. Awesome, you're good. And if you dare turn on your camera, everybody can be able to see you.
Okay, and how do we do that?
How do you do that? In Zoom, at the very bottom left-hand corner, you'll see a icon that says Start Video. Right now, it's a camera with a red line through it. In Zoom. Right there at the bottom, Start Video. Are you on your computer or iPhone? Is it your iPhone that you're on?
Well, I've got my iPhone in my left hand. The computer's in front of me.
Okay, so the iPhone is the one that is running Zoom, I think. And if you touch the iPhone in the screen, there should be a little icon that allows you to turn on the camera. Start video in the Zoom app that you are in, hopefully on your iPhone. Keep looking. It's there. I live in Zoom every day, unfortunately, Tim. So just keep looking in the app. It's on there.
No, I'm too busy living with live customers.
I know, you're lucky. Hey, by the way, thank you, Silver Oceans, for that. Hey, I see you now. Want to turn the camera the other direction, sideways, landscape? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. In fact, you know what? Let me just take a moment, guys. Speaker, I'm going to pin him. Let me see if I can change the view. Speaker. Nope, I don't want gallery view. Nope, I don't want that either. Speaker view. Give me 1 second to get my screen off here. I don't want my face showing. I think, though, I can actually show you my face, Tim, because you see it way too often. Let's bring you in here. Let's see how this looks. Oh, look at that. Tim, I think everybody's seeing you, buddy.
Oh.
That's right. Oh, man, can you see me?
Actually, I can't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now, what I'm seeing on my computer is just your table with the goods all strewn about it.
But so you're seeing that, though, on YouTube, right? All right. And on the other, are you also seeing my hands wiggling?
I can see your hand, yes.
All right, I'm actually going to switch to my camera. So now you, Tim, can see my face and my studio in my room, but nobody else can see it. Oh, this is awesome, Tim. Thank you so much for taking time to do this. This is going to be a lot of fun. And Sergeant Day says $5 for Tim the Patriot joining us. Yankee, we can't see you either. Yes, I know, Paul L. That's by design. All right. Well, guys, I just want to take one last second before we get into your questions. And I want to ask for our first-timers. Who is a first time here on Ask Yankee? Put a 1 in the chat right now. I'd love to just say a special thank you. And those who have been here many times, like Casey, come on, man. Rise up, thank you. MT Glass. Atreus, thank you. Mr. Stop It. Corey, Hollywood Hand, Tim, this is great. We have so many. Kelly Ray. Wow. And I could tell if you're cheating, if you're saying stuff in here that, Brandon, actually, you're a new member, so thank you. 49er, we have a lot, Tim, tonight. A lot of first-timers. This is great. I also want to thank my Yankee Militia members. I see those stars. It's great to have my Patriot Pistol members in the chat. Guys, enjoy the cool emojis. Sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes I get inspired by a member who does a great job with the emojis. Just saying. Might be worth a dime or two of silver. You never know. A special shout out, though, to my Maple Musket and Yankee Cannon members. I see you in there. Sammy Farr, good to see you. You guys, the premium members rock, okay? And for all those premium members in the chat right now, I just want to let you know I'll be scheduling our September coaching sessions this weekend. So keep an eye out for the invites. YouTube channel coaching for my Maple Musket members, one-on-one financial coaching for my Yankee Cannon members. By the way, if you're not a member, please consider it. And if you are a Patriot Pistol member, you might consider upgrading. All right. Hey, Tim, how about if I do a quick early bird winner giveaway right now?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to bring up the call line. Yes, you heard it. I'm bringing up the call line. The call line is now officially open. The number has been scrolling, and boy, did that not take long for a call to come in. Here it is. Hello, you're on with Yankee and Tim.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
This is Cooper from Wisconsin.
Hi, Cooper from Wisconsin. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Thanks for having the live chat stream.
Love having it. So is there anything you wanted to say or any question?
I'm a big fan of your channel, and I think that National Park 5-ounce silver is very cool.
Awesome. Yes, you've got yourself a dime. Congratulations. And I don't think you are a member, are you? I'm looking for you in the chat. Not a member? Well, that's no problem. I'm going to send you this Rosie right here. You just email me at Yankee Stacking, right way down there. YankeeStacking@gmail.com. Actually, I'm going to switch over. Let me just show it to you nicely here. Here we go. The Rosie. There it is.
All right.
That's yours, buddy. Email me and
Awesome.
send me your mailing address, and I'll get this out to you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. Thank you. National Park. Very nice. And yeah, Tim.
Somehow I managed to get an old video on my screen.
Oh, no. Oh, man. You might have to go back to my channel or just, in YouTube, search for Yankee Stacking and play it there. Sorry, bud. Hey, I'm showing, though, your Theodore Roosevelt America the Beautiful 5-ounce round that you offered up for an auction tonight. It's gorgeous. Teddy Roosevelt. This says North Dakota. What national park's in North Dakota?
Good question.
I don't know. Well, thank you so much for calling in here. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you at another time, buddy. Take care. All right. So, yeah, this national park coin, I don't know what's in North Dakota. Guys, in the chat, is there anything? I know South Dakota has Mount Rushmore, right? Man, I don't know. But anyways, that is a really cool round. We'll be giving those away or auctioning that off soon. And okay, yeah, the call line is closed now. We'll open it up in a little bit. Atra says Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Is that right? Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Oh, the Badlands. Yes. Ministry of Metals. Thank you. And Teddy Roosevelt National Park. Oh, I think, he says. Maybe there is one. That's what they're saying. I guess there is a national park called the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. How's it going, Tim?
No, there are actually 5 in North Dakota.
Oh. Tim comes
There's
through.
The Knife River Indian Villages.
Okay.
A Fort Union Trading Post.
All right.
Let's see. The Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail.
Lewis and Clark. I wonder if could that river be something related to Lewis and Clark? Huh.
Well, there is a river in the background, isn't
there is.
Another one is North Country National Scenic Trail.
Okay.
And Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
There you go. That people were throwing that one out. A lot of them did.
All they show is a road with a beautiful blue sky with puffy white clouds.
Yep.
And some buffalo that are roaming across the road.
Wow. Thanks, Tim.
I don't see Teddy Roosevelt there, though.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
Well, I guess I should have known that because Samifar is said, dude, seriously? Like she's scolding me. Okay. And thank you, Prepper Chris, for throwing in Tim Marschner, his address and his phone number. Thank you for doing that. He's a great mod. Let's see here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. If you've got questions for Tim or I, this is your chance to ask away. Put 3 question marks in the chat to get our attention. Okay, 3 question marks. Ask your question. And I don't know Stack All Day. I'm not sure there is anything that Tim doesn't know. I'm not sure. Oh, man. AH says, my wife is from Grand Forks. Oh, okay. So AH's wife knows North Dakota. Let's see. Oh, we got a question. Veteran Prepper 1 immediately goes to Tim Rant. Uh-oh. Do I have to hold you on a short leash tonight, Tim?
No, but I'm still very concerned about what happened in Afghanistan.
Yep, you can say that, definitely. Yep.
You're still praying for the people there who were stranded.
Amen to that, brother. We need to pray for those Americans, those who are connected to Americans. I've heard, what did I hear at your shop? Somebody said that they were literally grabbing people's cell phones, calling any U.S. number, and if they answered, what did they do? Just shoot them? Is that true? When they said that, I was like, oh man, that's horrible. So I hope and pray that, we can get those people out and keep our troops safe. All right, so we got a question here. Tim, does Tim like platinum?
Boy, that's a tough one. I have so many customers who've lost money investing in platinum that it's not a big seller in my store.
Right.
And usually when I get platinum in, and we do get it in occasionally, I put it in the case, and if it doesn't move, generally I take it down to the wholesaler.
Okay, gotcha. How long okay, punker for real. He's asking an interesting question. How long before the government seizes your silver and gold?
Whose? Mine or yours?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Tim. I'm having a hard time finding mine. Wait a minute. What? Oh, whoops.
Well, I don't know about you, Yankee, but if they want to seize mine, they know right where to find it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I've got a safe about the size of the Titanic.
People love that safe, by the way. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a little heavier than the Titanic.
I doubt that is going to happen. I highly doubt it for multiple reasons. I'm not going to go into all of them. I did a video on why I'm not afraid of a confiscation, which, by the way, wasn't a confiscation back in the day, back in 1933. It wasn't. It was a voluntary. You had to, you bring your gold and silver in. They didn't kick down people's doors. I don't think that's going to happen again. If they did, they wouldn't find any with 99.999% of the population. So unlike back then when people literally carried gold around in their pockets, we don't use it as a monetary metal anymore, even though it still is. It's just not a fear of mine. There's other ways that the government is going to steal our wealth, unfortunately. A lot easier ways. Wealth that almost everybody has access to. IRAs, 401ks, savings accounts, you name it. There's a lot of ways they can tax it away from us. So I'm not worried about a confiscation. Besides, other than that, I have no strong feelings about the matter. So let's ask another
question. Pretty soon, Yankee, soon you'll have to sell your gold and silver to pay your carbon taxes.
Ooh, with a zinger! Tim, nicely done. Oh, there's more where that came from, people. Hang in there. You'll hear a lot of them. Another question. Type 2 Eagles not as popular, says Peter. Do you think? Type 2s not quite as popular? What do you see?
That's a tough one. They're getting more popular for the people who don't have them. And, the design is kind of growing on me, but we do have right now more buyers for the Type 1 because everybody knows it's a lower minage, and it's still, I think, pretty expensive, but I don't see that changing. I think it's going to remain more expensive than the Type 2.
I asked you today if you had Type 1s for me and to finish this tube off. Didn't have it.
Nope, picking up more tomorrow morning.
So I bought one of these. Just a Type 2, but it's the only tube of Type 2s that I plan on buying. Just saying. Had to get one, but whatever. Let's see. Tim, do you have any gold eagles?
I had a customer who insisted on gold eagles. He wanted the Type 2, so I ordered 4 for him. Mm-hmm. And I have 2 more going out tomorrow, and I think the price has come down. Let me just take a guess here. Mm-hmm. About $20 or $25 from what it was last week.
Wow.
So, I'll be picking up more. It's not something that I stock because it's easy enough for me to get it. I've already been down to the wholesaler 3 times this week, and I'm going down tomorrow morning. So I can pick them up at any time. What's the price now? The price is around, 1930 or 1935, which isn't bad. I mean, the Maple Leaf is hovering around 1900.
Well, that reverse, the Gold Eagle, I love the new one. Love that one. They did a fantastic job, in my opinion, especially when you get it in your hand and can notice it. So.
Yes, and I especially like, we were talking about the Eagle's head feathers on the silver one.
Yes, we did talk about that today. Yep.
They're prominently displayed on the gold. And you wonder why, probably different artists, but I'm surprised that, it's so obvious on the gold coin and not at all on the silver coin.
Cool. All right, silver is the best investment, 3 times return in 2020, says David. David Y, thank you for that $2 super chat. Silver, I did a video recently on why I don't consider silver and gold precious metals as a traditional investment. I see it far more as as insurance. But yet, definitely people see silver and gold as an investment. Silver is far more speculative, and I do think that once the metals go up, silver is going to go up much harder. So yeah, it's interesting fact there you had for 2020. What other questions do we have here? Can you show a type 1 and type 2? Ooh, Joe. You mean a type 1 silver eagle and a type 2 silver eagle? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure if that's what he means. Could be the gold, I'm not sure. Tim, do you own any stock? Oh, here we go. Tim, do you own any stock in any gold mining companies?
I used to. I don't at all. No.
Okay.
I invest in, if I'm buying a stock, it has to be with a very reasonable price earnings ratio, yes, and has to pay a dividend and have a good dividend track record.
Yes. You are a mature investor, shall I say. So you've been through exactly.
Overly mature.
My investment portfolio has definitely shifted throughout the decades. I hear you, buddy. Let's see. Scoop my first 1 ounce type 1 eagle. Took 3 weeks to get there, says Sergeant Day. Is that normal, Tim? He says 3 weeks. I guess online.
For what?
For a type 1 silver eagle. He bought one, and it took him 3 weeks to get it. I guess in the mail.
Did the seller hand deliver it, and was he on a bicycle?
Courier, right? Well, go to Tim Marschner's coin shop if you don't want to wait to get your coins, your silver and gold right there. I'm holding up your card so people can see. Definitely check him out if you're in the area. Man, you've had quite a few people travel quite a ways to come to your shop, haven't you, Tim?
Yes. Yeah, I had a woman today who came down from Vermont. It was. I'm glad I didn't decide to close early.
Good. Sounds like there was some good sale there.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I'm looking at comments from Josh Nazario, I think it is. It just went out of the list, but he said he thinks the type 2 silver looks like a chicken. And we were talking about that. I said it looked like a seagull.
Yes, you did. It's seagull or turkey. Yeah, that net.
I guess Josh and I kind of agree.
All right. So Max Silver has an interesting question for you. What does Tim like more, 38 revolver or 45 Colt?
Honestly, the 38 is more accurate just because of the lower load, and I have a couple of 38s, and I also have several 45s, but the 45 is not as accurate if you need it in a hurry.
What's your everyday carry, if you don't mind me asking?
A Ruger 9mm.
Dude, that's mine. I didn't know that. I have a Ruger 9mm. That's my ECD. That's awesome. Ooh, we have something in common other than metals. Well, let's see. Another question. Hey, Yankee, we have an old... Hey, Yankee, we have an old Yankee emoji. Yes, you do, Casey, as a member. Can we get an angry Tim emoji? Ooh, I like that. I'll work on that one, Casey. I'll get an angry Tim emoji. But he always is smiling. Look at him. Look at him right now. He's smiling all the time, and his rants are kind of mild.
Yeah. I try to keep them under control.
Thank you so much. I know you're a class act, Tim.
Somebody's calling on this store phone. I'm going to have to go see what that's all about because they keep calling back.
All right. No problem, man. All right. So we'll come back with Tim. Let's see. So hold on to your questions. I will open the call line. I'm going to open the call line. We're going to give away another piece of silver. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, if you've never gotten a Yankee stacking sticker, I'll throw that in with the silver to the winner. So let's open up the call line. Hang in there, guys. It's coming up. It's coming up. And the call line is open. Hold on to your questions for Tim until he gets back. I need a sticker, says Ray Bar. Yeah, actually, I'll sign it rigged on the back, Ray Bar, if you ever win one. Tim for president. I love that, Phil. Awesome. So yes, dove season. We'll do the giveaway, my giveaway now. If you want to call in on that number, it should be working. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a lot of numbers, but I'm not seeing it answered. Ooh, well, that's weird. Let me close. Let me bring it back up again. It's going to frustrate people if this call line doesn't go. Your price. Cool. Should be. We had one caller come in. Try again. Oh boy, going to voicemails. All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on here, but Tim's back. So I apologize. I'll try to work on that and get the call line working again. But let's switch over here. Bring in Tim again. Welcome back, buddy. So,
why, hello there.
How about we kick off an auction? What do you think? Do a few items. I think there's some people in the chat that might be interested in some of these items. I'm going to switch to the auction screen here.
Are you going to auction the kilo gold bar you have?
Tim, we talked about this. You're not supposed to mention that. Kilo gold bar. No. All right. So here in front of us is some of the items that we can pick if we want to auction off. Oh man, this has got to go. This 5 ounce. Should we start with a bang? Should we just do this right now? This is such a beautiful item. We're gonna kick this off. This is 5 ounces of silver, people. Okay, so we're gonna start this 5 ounces spot. Let's start it at 100. Again, you have to be a member. Member auction only. Members only. $100 to Dove Season. $150 says Tex Coin. $175 to Brandon, a new member. I think he was raring to go before this even started. $175. Wow. Yes, this is one of Tim's. I think. Do you have? I don't know. You might have a few of these left. I'm not sure. $180 to Steve Woods. North Dakota. Yeah, this is a North Dakota coin, AH. On the side, it says, I don't know if you can read this. Right there. 999 fine silver. 5 ounces. Or 5 ounce. I think that's it on the edge. On this side. Gorgeous Theodore Roosevelt. I love the relief. This river. I want to know if that was something that Lewis and Clark traveled on. Coin Crew is at 190. Oh, ZN. See, you know, there you go. That's one of the reasons why you need to be a member to bid. $300. I don't think so. So the top bid right now is 190 to Coin Crew. Thank you so much, SMK, for reminding us of that. Yeah, members only. Hey, ZN, if you're serious about it, go ahead. Become a member, any level, and you can put your bid in. I'm going to flip this over. Of course, there's George. by the way, Tim. He's my favorite president.
It was a good one.
He was an amazing, amazing man. I read his life story and his biography. Offered to be king and turned it down. Reluctant president, our first president. Incredible. I wish we had more public servants that would be willing to get in there and get out. Serve us, not them. Let's see. Yeah, ZN's having fun throwing 300 up there. All right, so we're gonna count this down right now. It's 190 to Coin Crew. So I'm gonna type in 3. Oh, retired Navy Rob, welcome to the militia. Thanks for joining. Yes, he's holding at 190. I'm gonna go 2. And I'm going to type in 1. Here's the last call, everyone. Last call. Reach over and type in SOLD. And sold. There it is. Sold. The Coin Crew. Thank you very much for 190. Let me write that down. Coin Crew. 90 titty. All right. Put that aside. Congratulations, Coin Crew. All right, let's do, what do you think? You know, this thing, you brought this out. We won't do this now, but I do want to show people. We are what? 9 days away from the 20th anniversary. Well, 20th anniversary of a terrible day in history. 9/11, 2001. There is a We Will Never Forget on this side, and if you flip it over, there's the new Freedom Tower. Has the date July 6th? July 4th, 2004. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but is that when the Freedom Tower was? No, that's not when it was. No, Freedom Tower came a lot later. But yeah, 2004 is the date on that. So that's one side, and then you've got this other coin. Freedom Tower, colorized, 2004 again. That's when this was made. And on this side, We Will Never Forget. Ground Zero.
That one is actually a silver eagle.
This one is an eagle. Oh, okay, yes. Colorized eagle. I would have a hard time dipping this one in the xylene, Tim. It's just sentimentally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that I was in the South Tower about a year and a half prior to 9/11? I went for a business meeting. And I went and toured. I was on top of it. Oh, man. I'll tell you. Brought it close to home. So we'll get to that at some point in the auction. I do want to, dip it, says Ray Bar. 20 years. Can you believe that, Tim?
Yeah, it's we're all about 20 years older.
It's just amazing how fast that flies, though, man. Does time fly more as you get older? Does it get faster and faster?
Well, faster and slower are two contradictions in when you get to be my age.
Yep, I got you. All right,
time does fly, but
yeah, it is life.
One of these days I'm going to retire and I'll have too much time on my hands.
You're never going to retire. I say that. You keep telling me you're gonna. Yes, they're shipping. Thank you, Coin Crew. It's right there. Shipping, $5 US, $10 in Canada. So we're going to pick one of these. Tim, go with what? Kook or the koala for the next auction?
Boy, those are two coins that I really like, both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the koala is that one is a nice design. And the kookaburra, they've made so many kooks that it's hard to get something different.
Yeah, they've really changed this up a lot. 2020, 1 ounce. Let's start this up, guys, at $25. Again, members only. If you want to get on this, Tim's Australian Koala 2020. Of course, we know what is on the obverse. You teased me about this today, Tim. I purchased the maples. Yes, you did. 25, 30, 35 to Brandon. Brandon's at 35. Michael Thacker is at 40. I know, Casey. What'd you say, Tim, about the maples today?
Oh, I thought the first thing you do would be to open them all and turn them over.
That's
You're a
right.
big fan of those maple leaves.
I am a big fan of the maple leaves, yes. So what do we got? We got 40 to Michael Thacker. Let's see. Is that what we have going on here? I think that's it. 40, I'm going to count this down.
In answer to AH asking if I had any more of the North Dakota coins, I do. I actually have one more.
One? Just one?
More.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. And we're going to count that down to 2. We are at $40 to Michael Thacker. $40. Typing in 1. And it is a 2020 Australian Koala. Oh, AH wants to know. Yeah, they're all that one with Teddy is a 2016. I'm typing in SOLD. And sold to Michael Thacker. Congratulations, Michael. Again, $5 shipping. Thacker. And it was 40. Awesome. Koala. All right. Hey, why don't we field another question or two, guys? If you have a question for Tim or myself, put in 3 question marks and your question, and we'll do the best we can to answer them. When is Tim selling his shop to Yankee? Asks Tex Coin. You asked me that today.
Sorry, your offer wasn't quite high enough.
Yeah, right. I did tell Mrs. Yankee. I was chatting with her before we started the live stream. I said, "You do know Tim said what he said." Oh, she's looking at me like, I was like, I can't. All right, let's see what else. What makes stamps valuable, says Mudster. That's a good question for you, Tim.
What makes what?
Stamps valuable.
Oh, it's only certain stamps. If you look at the ones going back to the 1800s, the first couple of issues from the United States, which are 1847, are valuable just because they didn't make a whole lot. Other than that, it would be any of the commemorative series with high denomination stamps. The higher the denomination, the better, because they're only made for collectors. The letter rate was 3 cents. The unopened, an open letter was 2 cents, and the postcard was 1 cent for most of those early stamps. And so there are lots and lots of those stamps, right. 1, 2, and 3 cent. And the commemorative stamps are 5 cents and above. The older series, they're going to be much more valuable. And the condition is very important in stamp collecting because there are just enough stamp collectors to keep the hobby going.
Just
and
enough,
so
right?
if they're looking for in a certain stamp, they're going to keep looking until they find one that's almost perfect. And the prices have come way down.
It is a dying hobby, though, right?
It is because kids have they stopped collecting stamps around the bicentennial era, and they made a big effort to get kids back in the hobby in the mid '90s, but the rate went to 32 cents a stamp. So something like the Civil War series that was very popular, and they were aiming at the 10 to 12 year age, but a kid had to have $6.40 to buy that issue, and it just the price of postage went up more rapidly than interest in stamp collecting.
Interesting. Does Stack All Day asks, does Tim tune into the prayer show? Tim, I'm not sure if you know that I do a live stream called Praying with Yankee.
Oh, yes. I know that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's more a matter of time available.
Hey, no problem, man. Nope, you're always welcome, though. I appreciate it. Sean Cleve says, does Tim ship nationwide in the U.S.?
We do.
Yes, you do. All over.
I think we've shipped to, I think if the last count was something like 35 states.
Oh, good for you. Wow.
And we use the Postal Service, flat rate priority mailboxes or registered mail, depending on the value of the item. And gold is almost always registered mail. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll ship anywhere.
Awesome. What's the Casey asked this twice. I am going to ask it. It says, what's the bigger ripoff, Tim? 1/10 Gold Eagle premiums or 1 ounce Silver Eagle premiums? 1/10 Gold Eagle premiums or 1 ounce Silver Eagle premiums? Which is the bigger ripoff?
Well, the premiums are the relationship between the premiums for various items is consistent with what it used to be. Mm-hmm. In other words, an American Eagle is more expensive than a 1 ounce round mm-hmm. or a 1 ounce bar, at about the same rate that it used to be. But the difference is the paper market has no connection whatsoever to the physical market. The physical market is all supply and demand. The paper market is manipulated.
Heavily. Yep. Naked shorts everywhere, right?
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
All kinds of manipulation going on. The Comex is rigged. Right, Raybar? The Comex. Not me. Not the GAW wheel. He asked, does Tim think the giveaway wheel is rigged? My giveaway wheel. That we'll be using on one of your giveaways. I
can honestly attest to the fact that the casino that I go to occasionally down in Boston is many, many hundreds of times more rigged.
Yes! Thank you, Tim! That made my night! Ha! So there, Raybar. Oh, man.
With ears, somebody always wins.
Oh, good point.
Which is not the case of most casinos.
Very good point. Cash Cat, a 4-star member, thank you so much, says, do you see deflation coming or hyperinflation? Because we're already seeing inflation. So, Tim, back to deflation or hyperinflation?
No, I think the powers that be are trying to slow down inflation because it could get out of control. Deflation is going to have to take a collapse, and that would not be good for anyone. So I don't think we're going to see any deflation, but inflation, it's encouraged by there's outrageous spending going on in Congress.
And yes, fiscal spending and monetization of our debt. Both are encouraging it greatly.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know, how those numbers really play out, try to find out what's not included in the inflation numbers. And that would give you some idea of what the real inflation rate is. I mean, they quoted most of the business networks are quoting 5.7 to 6.3, something like that. Mm-hmm. That's probably where it really is. But I don't see wages. I don't see wages of any kind going up even close to inflation.
That's like one of the last things that happens during an inflationary period. We see it in the consumer price index first, and the prices at the grocery store. However, I do want to tell people, don't get mixed up now between inflation and hyperinflation. They have the same word in it, but they are radically different. In the first, you want more and more currency. You want it. You want the dollar. You want raises. You need it, right? In hyperinflation, you don't want the currency. The currency is worthless. It changes dramatically. That's a big, big difference, and that is when the dollar collapses, when things really go sideways.
Yeah, and that it only happens under tyrannical government that takes hold of central planning at the expense of everyone else. That's when you get hyperinflation.
Right. What are the odds of a country like Canada, for instance, nationalizing their gold mines in the middle of a crisis? Or any country nationalizing, seizing, if you will, their mines?
Honestly, I don't know how the economy in Canada survives. I'm still trying to figure that out. They've been closed for 2 years. They haven't made any major strides in opening up the country. I think they're going to be in serious financial shape if they don't get their tourism back on track.
Brandon's got a great question, and he threw a $5 super chat in there for us. Thank you so much, Brandon. Is Tim seeing many younger people buying silver and gold, or is the younger generation just screwed financially for life? Wow, what a question.
Actually seeing a lot of younger people. And it's, the ones that are skeptical about what they're hearing out of the politicians' mouths are definitely buying silver and gold.
Do you take crypto? Shark Tooth Stacker wants to know.
What's that?
Yeah, baby, right there. What's that? Oh, you're such a boomer. What is Tim's perma-stack? Ray Barr, I've asked him about his stack. He's got it. He's surrounded by it. He's in the business of this stuff. So I don't think he's stacking like you and I are. But I think your daughter did, right? Heavily?
Yeah, she put away for 5 or 6 years. She put away every piece of gold and silver that came across her. And she was working in the store.
Whoa, Timothy's iPhone just appeared.
Yeah, I'm going to have to...
Your power is dying, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to find the charger, so I may have to back out for a second or two.
You got it. Yeah, I got my cord ready to go at a moment's notice. All right, we'll switch back here. He'll be back. Yes, sirree. We'll see Tim in a little bit. Boy, I guess I should try the call line again. Guys, I apologize. I don't know why the call line didn't work last time. I'm bringing it up again. I am getting a call now. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
Hey, this is a retired Navy Rob. How you doing?
Hi, retired Navy Rob. How are you? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and say how much I love those 9/11 pieces you got there. I'm hoping I can win them.
Yep.
And as being retired Navy, I want to let you know that the poem Old Glory was right at my retirement.
Yes. Amen, brother. Old Glory. Now, are you a member of my channel?
Yes, sir. I just rejoined again
You
today.
just rejoined. Well, then, you know what? I got to upgrade this dime. Did you join as a Patriot Pistol member?
Whatever the lowest level was.
Well,
right?
that's appreciated very much. I'm going to upgrade you to this gorgeous 1963 silver quarter, my friend.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you won this. Please don't forget to email me your mailing address. The address is right there, yankeestacking@gmail.com, and I'll send this out to you, buddy.
Will do.
All right.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I think I am closing the call line before the next call comes in, but it worked. Yes. I want to thank a few people too for putting in some super chats in here. I just saw a couple come through. Hoosier Stacker, I'm late for a very important date. Hi, Yankee Stacking and Tim. He's back. How you doing, Tim? And then I do see you're back. You got a charger? Is it plugged in?
Yep, all charged up.
Nice. There was another super chat. I'm going to jump all the way to it. I'm sorry if I missed some of your questions. just type them in again real quick. Aaron George dropped $10 in there. Boy, guys, we are getting closer. We're halfway there to the bonus giveaway. Aaron George says, woke up to stacking this year, and this is by far my favorite stacking channel. Wow. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate all you're doing, Yankee. Tim Rants are the hashtag. Tim Rants are the best. They love your rants, man. Oh man! And then Brian Fox. I think Brian,
Josh has some of the best comments. He just says, "I wish Tim was my father-in-law." I've heard that a lot, believe it or not.
No way, really?
Oh yeah, you've seen my daughters, right?
Oh yeah, I have. I was thinking more of having you as a father-in-law. That would be fun, but now I get it. Yeah. I definitely have. Brian Fox also, I think he's throwing some red meat at you, Tim. He said Biden should be in Gitmo for by 2024. Whoa.
You know, his routine wouldn't change a bit. They could wake him up, feed him the pablum, tell him what he had to say that day, and he'd take a nap.
You're so awful, man.
They prayed in, one terrorist after another and tell them they're world leaders, and you wouldn't know the difference.
Hi, Mid-Today UAG. Good to see you. You were in earlier. I saw you. Thank you. Question, Rolling with Silver says, what is your favorite coin? I've heard that one before, Tim. I think you mentioned it before.
My favorite coin?
Yep.
Yeah, I have I used to collect 20-cent pieces, and I have an 1875 Philadelphia. They only made 39,000 supposedly, and they only released 30-something thousand to circulation. They're very hard to find, but that's one of my favorite possessions.
And I saw it, and I wanted it, and he wouldn't sell it to me.
Yeah, that's true.
That tells you something right there. Oh man, he doesn't recommend an online store, Rolling with Silver. He recommends his store. Let's see. Here's an interesting one, Stacks All Day. I think you might have told me. What was the most expensive coin you have ever sold?
On a consignment sale, it was an 1895 proof Morgan dollar. And that was in the $50,000 range. And that coin was, I guess there are proofs, and there were some that were made as gifts to dignitaries. I think there were only about 800 of those that survived. But nice coin.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on in the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia in 1895, but apparently not much.
Wow. How will losing the petrodollar affect our economy and the silver price? Petrodollar.
Good question. That's becoming a larger concern to most people who follow our economy and understand how it operates. We did have energy independence, and that status is getting worse every day. And if you take away the pipeline, all you do is throw tens of thousands of diesel trucks back on the road, or the Canadian oil just goes to China, and neither of those are good solutions. And I think the Supreme Court has, maybe a state Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court has ruled against yanking all those federal leases. So that should help the situation a little bit. But energy independence is nothing to sneeze at.
I agree. Timothy's iPhone. I don't know. Is it charging for you?
I think I'm.
I don't know. It might not be charging. It's working well though. You're coming really clear, much better than last time you were on.
I'm on a different computer. I'm on a different
Internet?
different router.
Sweet. That made a
Same
huge
internet,
difference.
different router. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So Aaron woke up stacking this year. Oh, did you? Wait a minute. Did you just drop a... I already saw that one. Am I way behind, or is that a second one? Maybe that was... Maybe I'm just... No, it looks like it. Wow, whatever. Old Yankee time. I think I just repeated it. Sorry, I did see another super chat come in. Yes, Grand Scheme. $2. Thank you, Grand Scheme. God bless you, Yankee. And Tim, do you stack copper? I get that question a lot, Grand Scheme. In my last video, I talked about commodities, and I did get some comments, people asking me, do I stack copper? Copper is a monetary metal, they said. It wasn't in the Constitution. Only gold and silver are in there. But no, I don't. Not physically. I think copper is a great paper play. But I told them, and I'll tell you, I really don't want to have a room full of copper. Really don't. Let's see. Oh, all right, Tim. When's FedCoin coming? Pull out your crystal ball. Tell us all.
When's what?
FedCoin. Central bank digital currency, CBDCs. When is that coming?
I think it's going to meet a lot of resistance. And my thinking is right now, a large portion of the population is right now turning against the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. And, they're the ones who are pushing digital everything. I think as they lose more of the allegiance of even their own party and independence, they probably, people won't even consider it. They won't trust anything that comes out of Congress pretty soon. Especially if they pass this latest, the reconciliation budget bill, and that's just so outrageous. We put all those bills together in the last year, they've added $9 trillion to the debt, and that's not payable.
That's it? That was your chance. I typed "here he goes" in the chat.
People want to know why I keep putting my glasses on. I'm just keeping ready.
Yeah. Hey Tim, do you think it's crazy to have 25% of one's financial portfolio in precious metals? That's a veteran prepper who asked that.
In precious metals in general, no, I don't think that's foolish at all.
By the way, you were talking a little bit today about your service. Can you tell people where you served and what capacity you were telling people in the store today? It was a great story, some of the stuff you were saying.
Well, I went into the Army in 1969, right about the time that Nixon was inaugurated. And, listened to everything he had to say. He said he pledged to bring the boys home from Vietnam. But all the training that I got was geared toward going to Vietnam. I trained as a tractor trailer driver because I was part of the 368th Engineer Battalion. And midway through the class, they took me off the tractor trailers, and I had perfect marks, never knocked over a cone, never hit the load gun. And they put me on the 10-wheelers. And so I asked the instructor, I said, I was doing so well in that class, why did they move me? And he said, they don't need tractor trailers in Nam. So I figured, well, I guess I know where I'm going. While I was down at Fort Dix, the 368th Engineer Battalion was called up because they needed to extend runways and repair runways after the Tet Offensive, so that the big planes like C-5As could land there and pick up soldiers. And the evacuation of the military and any other personnel, any Americans, went very smoothly in Vietnam. And we see the videos of
Saigon,
people trying to grab the skids of a helicopter and falling off. That was basically people from downtown Saigon, who most of the embassy staff were able to get out. but it wasn't. They didn't leave a lot of Americans behind. I think there were some soldiers who had other work they were doing, or they're working for Vietnamese companies, and they stayed behind. But it wasn't at all like Afghanistan. Make a long story short, they gave us our orders, and I figured, well, I'm probably just going to ship out to Vietnam. And they sent me to Walson Army Hospital as an orderly instead. And, basically I was doing, cleanup work, because they had a lot of people who were badly injured that were coming in and out of the hospital. But when I asked the CO of the hospital why I was there and not with my unit, and he said, basically, if you don't train with your unit, you don't go into combat with your unit. So I lucked out from that standpoint, but I lost a lot of the friends that I was keeping track of. Never came back from Vietnam. And that's one of the reasons I was so upset to see what went on in Afghanistan.
That would hit you especially hard, and all the veterans, and we have quite a few actually in this chat, so all of us as Americans and citizens should be just horrified as the way that went down. Just awful. And I think Casey Martz is trying to again toss the red meat. Thoughts on investing in Hunter Biden's artwork?
Oh man,
that's a good one, Casey.
Don't get me started.
They're trying though, Tim. They are trying desperately.
Oh man, they know all the triggers.
Actually,
all the triggers.
They do. Sergeant
Hunter Biden is one of the biggest triggers.
Sergeant.
It's just the amount of corruption in that family is just unbelievable. I did say before that, I wanted to see the evidence that the election was stolen, because I want to see concrete evidence. And I know there's plenty that goes around, but after seeing what took place in Afghanistan, I find it hard to believe that Americans could be so stupid to vote for this guy. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse.
Sergeant.
And we still have an open border. They're not adequately vetting all these people, the 100,000 Afghanis that they brought to this country. There are stories all over the country of them wandering off military bases. They don't know where they're going. They don't know who they are. And as far as I can tell, if you're a terrorist and you can't get on a military transport, and you certainly can't get on a commercial flight because of no-fly lists. All you have to do is, when they do vet you and find out you're a terrorist, you just take a plane to Mexico and walk across the border. And it's that bad. And I think this country is going to suffer some terrorist attacks before they wake up.
Oh, man, I hope you're wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised.
They have no idea who they brought 100,000 people that don't know, that are not SIVs, they're not, special immigration status. They're not Americans, but 100,000. I mean, and these are the people that the Taliban let through the gates. They wouldn't have even gotten on a plane if they weren't let through by the Taliban. The whole scene was it's absolutely deplorable.
There you go, folks. There you go. Sergeant Day says, I have a few questions and theories that may be interesting to discuss. Let me know if you want another caller. No pressure, just here to support. Sergeant Day, $5. I'm going to be opening the call line in a little bit. When I do, if you can get through, feel free. Thank you so much for that $5. Let's see, silver doesn't seem to be following gold the way it used to. Well, Eric, sometimes they're correlated and sometimes they're not. But anyways, he's saying, is this a difference in industrial metal uses, or are they just keeping their thumb on it? I think he wants to see some correlation here, right?
They're keeping their boot on it.
Okay, there you have it.
Yeah, gold is still a barter currency between nations. The five majors, maybe more than that. I'm sure there are a lot more than that. More central banks are buying gold than ever.
Absolutely.
But they like a lower strike price. And
by the way, central banks love to stack it, but love to malign it publicly. They love to. No, it's no big deal. It's a relic. We do it. We do it because of tradition. I don't know.
Well, back when gold was 1,100, India bought 200 metric tons from the IMF, and they were criticized because one financial reporter said, "How can you go out and buy 200 metric tons of gold when half the people in India are starving?" And the guy was getting tired of questions like that, the financial minister, whatever they're called.
Right.
And he said, "We needed to get rid of those dollars." Mm-hmm. That's what his answer was.
There you go.
They cashed their treasuries and bought gold. And I guess the IMF will accept things like U.S. treasuries in exchange for gold. But
interesting.
And there was a smart decision for a country like that. They understand that if you need a fallback, gold's a good place to go.
Joshua L. just dropped $24.01, 1 ounce on me. Thanks for all the free info and entertainment, Tim and Yankee. We are now over $100. So we are going to do a bonus giveaway before this live stream is over. Brandon, again, $16 for the GAW and the vets in the room. Thank you so much for that, Brandon. Yankee, say hi to me. Hi, Barbara. How you doing? It's good to see you, Barbara. All right. Thank you for your service. Retired Navy Rob, who called up earlier. Thank you. Let's see. Rant. Oh, man, they were eating that up when you were talking. Thoughts on... Oh, man. I don't want to ask any more Biden questions. Hold on. Let's see. Did they... what do you think of Tim and the... What do you... Do you have any opinion, Tim, on the oil deals between Russia and China and Saudi Arabia and Nigeria? That was raw food later.
Well, they're all members of OPEC. So they all have deals that benefit themselves. I think the biggest driver of policy has been traditionally Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. But a year ago when the price of oil collapsed, it was because... Putin stood up to them. Mm-hmm. And, he said, that's how we pay our bills. So, it doesn't matter to him how many Ferraris the Saudi princes want to buy that year. He's looking out for Russia. And I think that's that will eventually work against OPEC or cooperation within OPEC. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to be more and more deals. And the deals benefit the players. They certainly don't benefit us, and I don't think they're going to affect U.S. policy much. But I would like to see U.S. go back to being energy independent instead of being dependent on OPEC countries.
Jurassic Hound says we should be stacking ammo and guns alongside the silver. Yes. It's getting harder and harder to get the ammo. It really is. And guns. Let's talk. Let's see. Awfully large. Let's talk about the big mega film. No. Hey, how about we jump for another auction real quick? What do we want to do here? The Engelhard, dude. The Engelhard bar. Let's auction this off really quick. Engelhard, gotta love that. Okay, guys, if you don't have an iconic Engelhard bar, this is your chance. 1 troy ounce. Is that a PD 62799? They serialize these? Is that what that is?
Yes, everything.
Everything,
right? Serialize everything, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's open this up at $25. $25 for an Engelhard bar. Whew. Again, you have to be a member only. I take, by the way, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It's all yankeestacking@gmail.com. Shipping, $5 in the U.S., 10 in Canada, and it's Engel. 25. We went quickly to 30. 30. We went to 35 with Casey. Casey's at 30. Millstack says, what's your favorite mint, Tim?
Well, the only one I visited is the Philadelphia Mint.
Same.
I visited that when I was about 10 years old. And it's changed tremendously. There's so much security that you didn't have back in the 50s. But I'm always surprised at the quality of what comes out of the Canadian Mint and the Australian mints, the three of them.
Right.
The quality is very interesting. The artwork is nice. One of the mints I'm not a big fan of is the one in Beijing. And that's,
Yeah, I get you, man. I have a panda, and that's about it. All right, we're at 36 to Anthony. I'm putting in a 3. We're counting this down. 36. I have a 2. I'm typing 1. Your Ingle hard bar. There is no queen on this one. Here's the backside. All right, Anthony is getting it for 36, unless somebody snipes it. Typing in SOLD, and boom, sold to Anthony for 36. Englehart bar, thank you, Anthony. All right, don't forget to email me your mailing address. Don't forget to pay right down there, any of those. I prefer Zelle. Zelle's awesome. That's really, people use Zelle for you, right, Tim? With payments
I
sometimes?
get a lot, mostly from Yankee followers.
It's a great way to pay. It's really quick, goes right into the account. Cash App works, PayPal, of course, Venmo. So 36 sold. All right, let's ask some more questions of Tim, and we'll do another auction pretty soon. We actually have a couple giveaways we got to do too. That'll be fun. In fact, you know what? I am going to open the call line right now, and you can jump in.
Are you live?
Hey, Little Stacks, I am.
Oh, cool.
How you doing?
You got Tim?
I got Tim, the man.
Hi.
Huh?
How you doing?
He's talking to you. He said, "How you doing?"
I'm doing good. Gonna go to bed though.
All right, buddy.
Night.
See ya. Have a great day at school tomorrow.
Huh?
Have a great day at school tomorrow. Oh, that look. Oh.
I have to.
I know.
I do have to go in the work. I'll be out.
See ya, bud. All right, the call line is open. Hopefully we get some calls coming in. I think it's not working again. What the heck? All right, refresh this. I don't know why that call doesn't work. Let me mute myself here. Refresh this. I see people trying to call, which is... Oh, there we go. Here we go. We're getting a call in. Sorry about that. Hi, you're on with Yankee.
Uh-oh, Sergeant Day again.
Sergeant Day calls in. Congratulations, man. How you doing?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
Good.
Well done. Wonderful addition to Tim on the show. Fantastic, as always. We love his rants. And good night, Little Stacks over there. I heard him pop in real quick.
Yep.
Maybe can you tell us a little bit about diversified portfolios as far as stacking goes between constitutional, generic, and investment grade coins? And additionally, what are your thoughts on silver as a precious metal in combination with this chip shortage, as it being a key element into making them, and that possibly adding to the value of silver, which may be manipulated as far as the paper price goes right now?
Yeah, I think your second question first. I believe that the chip shortage will slightly directly impact silver prices at some point. I think it's just more indicative of the supply chain issues as a whole, and it shows just how vulnerable we are, and I think that's going to be reflected at some point in the industrial need for silver. Right now, it just doesn't seem to be. I think people are afraid of the second wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, whatever it is, another shutdown or an impact to industry, commerce, and so forth. And I think that's partially to blame for what silver's doing right now. But when we get past that, we're going to need silver like crazy. So whether it's in chips, whether it's in solar, whether it's just all the electronics that we use, electric cars, EVs, it's a big deal. So I do think that's going to happen.
I noticed that there was a dip in the price in silver and gold, precious metals, especially those two, in the past few weeks. Sure. And I also know that those are key elements to the composition of chips, which are being shorted, which is why there's so many cars not going out right now. Right. And it's also a key element in crypto mining. Yep. And then secondarily, I'm not sure if you're familiar with some of the other aspects of the crypto industry, but Palantir just bought a massive amount of gold bars.
Yes, I know. That was a dramatic move. It was in all the news. Everyone saw that. It's hilarious when he gets on, CNBC or whatever, and they're like, "Wow, you bought all this gold. Are you going to buy crypto?" It's like, yeah, maybe, but it was a really strong play there to show that there are companies, there are people high up that are nervous about the devaluation of our monetary system. So that was just an incredible move. I think back to your first question, though, real quick, about the type of silver. So you talked about constitutionally. You talked about numismatic. And you talked about, I believe, rounds. Rounds or bars. Yep. Pretty much the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Dude, you know my strategy. My Yankee stacking the Yankee way is about constitutional. It's about government minted silver bullion as cheap as you can get it. I'm going to do a video with Tim that I recorded a little bit talking about American Silver Eagles and where I stand on American Silver Eagles now versus when I first started stacking. So I think that's important, and of course gold. But when it comes to a lot of rounds and bars, it's silver, right? So it's not bad. It's just not my highest priority. I know people love to get the bars, and when I hold a big 100-ounce bar like I did the other day at Tim's, wow. I mean, I totally get the allure. But I just try to keep it small, and I try to stick to those. All right, buddy. Tim's back. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Always
good questions, buddy.
All
right.
Hey, here to support. Well done. Always a pleasure. And you guys, Tim's rants, they're on point. It's always great to hear from a fellow patriot who doesn't hold back. Love it.
All right, man. Take care.
Dude, you too.
Bye-bye. Right. That was a great call, but I noticed something. He must not have been an early bird because he didn't say the early bird word. We got another call coming in. Hello, you're on with Yankee and Tim.
Hello.
How you doing? Who's this?
This is Anthony.
Anthony, how are you, man?
Good.
What did you just win? Did you just win something? Or in an auction?
Yeah. No, it was an auction.
Yeah.
I bid on the bar. My screen's blurry right now, so I couldn't really see.
No problem. This is what you got, right? You won this in the auction, right?
Yes.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. What is it? What did you win?
I can't see it. My stupid my bandwidth or something. It's all blurry, damn it.
Oh man, that's okay.
But I know it's silver, and that's all I care about because I'm stacking, So.
Okay. That's all right. No problem. You won that in auction. You just can't remember.
Barely see it.
That's okay. That's all right. That's so funny though. It's a unique word. All right, buddy.
Right,
Thank you.
Right.
And you have a question for Tim?
For one, those what do you guys think about those Engelhart coins?
There it is. You said it. Engelhard, you got it. And for that, buddy, I'm going to throw in a dime because that was the key word for the early birds, Engelhard. That was the word. I wanted you to say it. So congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
And are you a member of my channel?
Yeah, I got the 4-star, the
Yeah, the
I'm
4
pretty
stars.
sure, yeah.
So I'm gonna upgrade
Yeah.
that to a quarter, dude. A silver quarter for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A quarter?
But here, one last one. Are you a premium member, either a Maple Musket or a Yankee Cannon member, or are you a Patriot Pistol member?
I believe I'm a Yankee Musket.
Oh, really? I will verify that. I will verify that.
Yeah,
and Anthony,
verify that to make sure.
And if you are, I'll send in a $50 along with your buy.
That'd be great.
I'll check it, man. All right. Thank you so much.
That'd be awesome.
Don't forget to email me your mailing address, though, Anthony. Okay.
Okay, will do.
Good.
And I'm sorry, I don't want to waste your time. I just got one real quick question. Have you or Tim ever, probably not, but ever heard of, I just picked up a ring. It's an antique, but it has this weird, it's a 14 karat, it's like a gram-sized bar set in a ring, but it's 14 karat, which is weird, and it's made by WLP, is the ingot company or whatever. But anyway, I just was curious if you guys have ever heard of that or whatever. I did a little research, and it seems to be real. But anyway, just wanted to know if you guys have ever heard of that.
Tim, do you have any info on that one? It's okay.
I didn't hear it at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know, I really don't know the answer to that ring question. I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and do what you do, and
I appreciate
I won't waste any more of your time.
No, you didn't wait. You're not wasting time at all. I appreciate you calling in, Anthony. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so let's see, we got back to work. See you Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern for Silver Stackers Bingo. Hoosier Stacker, drop $5 in the chat. I do want to shout out Hoosier Stacker. Maybe one of my mods can throw Hoosier Stacker's channel link in the chat. Hoosier Stacker, one of my premium members, great guy. He is doing a Silver Stackers Bingo. You can enter in for free. It's going to be a blast. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check out his channel. Lots of silver being given away. Check him out. If you don't know his channel, just, if the mods don't get a chance to put it in the chat, just go YouTube and search for Hoosier Stacker. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. Rock Monkey, welcome to Yankees Militia. Great to have you on board. Let's see. Oh, we got another $5. Ha! Oh, glory. Spin the wheel and give it to a new stacker. All right. No, all the early bird words are gone now. Silver has been deployed. So give it away from my stash. And speaking of which, we do have two more. One is this. Look. Oh, it's been hiding a little bit. Check this out, guys. This is a round that Tim is giving away from his coin shop, the coin and stamp shop in tax-free Manchester, New Hampshire. If you're ever in the area, you gotta stop by his shop. Call him. If you can't get there, if you're too far away, he does ship. So thank you so much, Tim, for offering this up. This is an interesting round, isn't it? What does it say? Monex?
Yeah, Monex was really big back in the early 80s.
Interesting. Yeah, you can Google Monex. I think there's quite a very interesting story around that if you're interested in finding out more about it. But we're going to be giving that away soon. Very beautiful, thank you. And we do have another coin or a round that I'm going to be giving away because we reached $115 in the Super Chat total. So I got to scrounge out another piece of silver for that as a bonus giveaway. Let's see. This one also has an interesting story too, doesn't it, Tim?
The Monex round?
No,
yeah.
I think this is a Norfed. Is this a?
Oh, the Norfed. Okay. Yeah, that's. I remember when Paul, what's his name? Ron Paul.
He's
he's had an effort to try to get the audit the Fed, basically. And, as a libertarian, I think everybody wants to audit the Fed.
Mm-hmm.
But
or end it. Maybe audit first.
NorFed, I think, was an acronym that basically explained the holding the Fed responsible for what it's doing to the dollar. And the coins were being produced by Sunshine. It was under, her name was Janet Napolitano when she was Attorney General.
Yep.
They charged, the guy's name was Bernard von Nothaus. They charged him with counterfeiting U.S. currency, trying to overthrow the government for producing these NorFed coins. And they hauled him into court. They found 12 people who were basically unconscious and thought that his coins were counterfeits of U.S. coins, and they weren't anything but.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they literally said on the back of the coins, not legal tender for barter purposes only.
Yep.
But they charged him and convicted him of trying to overthrow the government by counterfeiting these NorFed coins. So that effort is gone. They seized all the coins from Sunshine. Sunshine took about 5 years to then get those coins back, or at least get the money back.
Yep.
And so that whole effort to audit the Fed is pretty much dead.
They got in trouble, didn't they, for putting the word dollar, the dollar sign, the $10.
They had a dollar sign. Yeah, when silver was about $10, they were producing $10 coins. When it was around $20, they produced $20 coins. Lots of countries around the world use a dollar sign. We're not the only one. Mexico uses a dollar sign for the peso.
Yep.
And all our territories use whatever their currency is. The Northern Mariana Islands and all those little territories out there. They use a dollar sign.
I would love to. What happens if you call that 800 new dollar phone number?
I don't know.
They put the phone number on there. I wonder what number that goes to. Man, maybe I should call it.
You probably get Janet Napolitano.
Oh, there it is. Nice one. We're going to give that one away too. We'll do that in a little bit.
They're actually quite collectible.
Really?
Because
there's some history.
Yeah,
here,
we have
guys.
people who are familiar with the NorFed coins come in all the time looking for them.
Yep.
Yeah, they're quite collectible.
Yeah, and veteran preppers, right? The dollar sign did come from the Spaniards. I read about this. It was an interesting history of where that came. What dollar and all that symbol was. Fascinating. It was two pillars with a vine or snake or whatever, and it was on the Spanish real, I believe. It's pieces of 8.
Yeah, they call the 8 reals the pillar dollar.
Pillar dollar, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We've got one last auction. Okay, just one more, and then we're done. It's the 9/11 set. That's an option. We've got the dragon. This is the 4th in the series, the Norse from, I think it was Provident Metals that came out with this. I have them. I'm trying to remember if I have the 4th one in the series. Maybe I just need to buy this from you, Tim, and not not auction it off. But it's pretty nice. And of course, it has the dragon eye on this side. It's from the World of Dragons. That's an option that we could auction off. We got a kook. That's cool. That's there too, the 30th anniversary edition. So you know what? I think we're gonna hold off on this tube. This is a big. We've already done some big pieces. I think we'll hold off on the tube of 1/2 ounce coins there, and I'm gonna take a quick poll: kook, dragon, or 9/11. Go ahead, put it in the chat. 9/11, dragon, or kook. I know Silver Dragons would know, right? I know he would. I'll take a quick straw poll, I guess, in this chat just to see what we see, and I'll just pick my. I'm seeing a lot of 9/11s in there. A few kooks, a few dragons. All right, we're gonna go with the 9/11. All right, we'll put this aside. These are 2 nice coins here. I'm sorry. One of them is a coin. One of them is a round. That's an American Silver Eagle, right, Tim?
Yes.
And that is a round with both the Twin Towers on it, as well as the Freedom Tower. So there you can see it. So these are really nice. If you want, I mean, no. If you want this, you got to take it as it is, colorized. I'm not taking it off of a 9/11 coloring. No way. So we're gonna auction this one off. Never forget. That's right, Eric. Do a poll. You're right. I could have done a poll. Dang it. That's a great idea. I don't know if I can. Yeah. Let's make this a little bit more scientific. Pick the next auction item. Yeah. 9/11, dragon, and kook. All right, we'll do it this way. Ask your community. There, it's a poll, okay? It should be coming up. And this is far more scientific instead of me just looking. You can see if Yankee's wrong. So take the poll right up there. Let's see what we got. I think I was right, but this is far better way of doing it. Pick the next auction item. Yeah, look at that. 59 votes. We have 289 in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please smash that right now while we wait for this voting to be done. I think this voting here, Tim, is legit. What do you think?
Well, I'd like to look at those voting machines and see.
It's a YouTube voting system. It's gotta work legitimately, right? It's not rigged.
Well, okay. I don't know. I think if they were awake, they would have already censored me.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm wondering after all the things we said here, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole stream isn't monetized. No biggie if it isn't. All right, so we got 60% says 9/11. We are done with the poll. That's it. We're doing the 9/11. Let's switch back to auction. You do, again, need to be a member. There's the poll. 95 votes. Not too bad. Members only. $5 shipping in the US, 10 in Canada. You can pay me via Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. All the same, although I like Zelle the best. And it all is sent to yankeestacking@gmail.com. That is what you need. All right, so let's do this. We got an eagle and we got a round. So I'm going to start this at $50. Okay, $50. And thank you, Michael, for that super chat. I'm sorry if I missed any other super chats. I really should scroll back and quickly check. Grand Scheme asked, Yankee and Tim, what's your thoughts on platinum? We did ask that question earlier. Is there any other things you wanted to say around platinum, Tim? Thank you for the $2, Grand Scheme.
I'm cautious just because we rarely make any money on platinum. You know, when I buy it from customers, as I said, I usually leave it in the case for a week or two and then end up wholesaling it out.
Yep. All right, so here it is. I started it low, and there it goes. Text coin said 60. Retired Navy Rob. Retired Navy Rob. New member. Bid $70. He talked about these 9/11 coins meaning a lot to him. So, and speaking of 9/11, Michael, thank you for that $5 super chat. Yes, RIP to the thousands who lost their lives. And I appreciate your opinion on that. Thank you. All right, what's your Dogecoin wallet? Prepper Chris, if I had a Dogecoin wallet, I would definitely put it in every description of my videos, but I don't. All right, yeah, we're at 70 for Navy Rob. Thank you so much, Prepper Chris, for keeping me on track. I'm going to type in a 3 here. Counting it down. Retired Navy Rob. Putting 2. Sergeant Day. $75. There we go. Very nice. I'll bring this up a little closer for you again to see. Freedom Towers. Sergeant Day at 75. Flip that over. We will never forget on the reverse of that. Ground zero. Retired Navy Rob back with 76. These are nice. Very beautiful. In capsules. This is a nice little presentation case too. Put that up too as well, I believe, on these. I think it goes in there. 76, retired Navy, Rob. Count it down again. 3, 2, 1. All in fair warning, I'm typing S-O-L-D. Sold. Sold to retired Navy Rob. Thank you so much, Rob. 76. That is the 9/11 set. Don't forget to email me, retired Navy Rob. I appreciate it. Sergeant Day. Actually, I made a mistake. Sergeant Day, you are ineligible to bid because you're not a member. I apologize. I should have caught that earlier. But it went to retired Navy Rob. So we're good with that. Let's close that up. I think we also need to do a giveaway. Let's do this giveaway right now. This one is open to everyone. And we're going to do the Wheel of Names. And while I do the Wheel of Names, this is a great time to think of your final questions for Tim. Okay? We're going to wrap this up very soon, and I want you to get ready for it. But we're going to do the giveaway. We have this. We're going to do one more after that, this Norfed coin. And we'll do that as well. So get ready for your questions for Tim, and I do the Wheel of Names. So how we do this is very simple. You just need to put something in the chat. And yes, the word something works. Okay? Don't put a bunch of numbers or something, because sometimes YouTube doesn't like that and will block it in the chat. Just put something in there. And Harlan Schuler. Yes, I know. People say that. Tim needs a YouTube channel. Guess what? He kind of has one. Just saying.
I don't have to do any of the work.
Exactly, right? Tim is the best. Yes, that's a great thing to put in there, Anthony. Thank you. All right, put it in there in the chat. Keep throwing it in there. I am going to switch to participants. I'm going to wait until I see the participants settle down. I see some popping in there. You don't have to keep putting something in. Just one time we'll do it. One time we'll do it. In about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All copy. All right. Paste them in there. All copy. We're going to switch to the wonderful, awesome Wheel of Names. Everybody loves the Wheel of Names, right? Let's just paste those names in there. There they are. I'm going to shuffle them up. If it lands on Yankee, I will throw in an American Silver Eagle. That's right. If it lands on me, I'll put one of my American Silver Eagles in there.
The gold one?
I said Silver Eagle, Tim.
I heard you say the Type 2 gold.
What are you talking about, Tim?
Maybe we have a bad connection, but I swear that's what I heard.
No way. Absolutely not. Wise guy. All right, round and round we go. This is for that Silver Eagle round, the Monex round, sorry. Whoa! Just went right by Yankee stacking. That was close. Oh, look at this. Andrew Hilker. It looks like it. Yes, Andrew Hilker. Congratulations. You just won the Monex round. Awesome. 1 ounce Monex. Andrew Hilker. Congratulations. Don't forget to email me your mailing address so I can get this out to you. Congratulations. Boy, I'm so glad that wasn't rigged, right, Tim? What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was. Hey, aren't you related to Andrew? Oh, well.
Congratulations, Andrew Hilker. Oh man, that's awesome. Wait a minute, twice? I don't think he won before, right? Or maybe he won some other channel. I don't know. It's not rigged. And thank you again, Prepper Chris, for throwing in Tim Marschner's address there and telephone number. Definitely check out his LCS. Give him a ring. I know people fill up your voicemail or your answering machine, don't they?
Oh yeah, the ancient answering machine that chops up messages whenever it fills up. Right. I'll be going through there on a weekend or something, and I'll hear about 10 messages I never heard before, and I don't know how that happens. I usually just repeat the last message until I've heard them all, but then I'll be sitting down one day and going through messages. I don't think I ever called that guy back. So I need a new answering machine.
Oh man!
Among other things.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I got some pretty old computer equipment here too.
Well, you got a good router. This went really well with you.
Yeah, it's the one I have to reboot all the time. But it with this laptop I have now, it's actually very quick, and I don't know what the difference is. Yep. But good. It's wireless.
Awesome. I think. Oh man. Pappy7RX7 says, do more auctions, please. Well, Pappy, maybe it's fun. He said it again, more auctions. I don't know if you enjoy watching it, but Pappy, it is only open to members, and you're not. So I don't know if you want to get in on it or you just love seeing people auction or try to bid. Maybe that's it. He loves watching bidding. But thank you for putting that Hoosier Stacker link in there. Again, Prepper, Chris, awesome. There's Tim's card right there. Tim Marschner. Check him out on Granite Street. Do people want these stickers when they come in, Tim?
Yeah, they're one of our biggest sellers, and I only charge $20 for them.
Oh, man, you're something else. All right, we got one.
You better correct that. I do not charge for the stickers.
Yeah, you better, right? You don't charge for the stickers. Richard Cranium, if you want a sticker, Richard, email me your mailing address. I'll get a sticker out to you. All right? All right. So, hey, we got one more giveaway to do, but before we do that, I'm going to open up a couple more questions for Tim, and then we're done. A couple more questions. Right now, they're still laughing at you. Let's see, send the IRS. I'm just looking in the chat. Inky sent via Bell, retired Navy Rob. I'm assuming you mean Zell, but thank you so much. No problem, retired Navy Rob. I think I know what you meant. Do you pay capital gains or just gross receipts tax and or other? I can take a stab at that one, Black Red, really quick. Capital gains tax, yes. If you buy silver, you buy pretty much anything, right? And you sell it for profit, technically, you need to pay capital gains. You can take it for a loss, too. Again, I don't sell my silver. I keep it forever. So for me, it's not an issue. Taxes, it depends, obviously, on what state you're in. I love being in New Hampshire. Tax-free, both income, sales, you name it. It's awesome. So, yep. Let's see, what other questions? How much silver and gold should one have for a monetary reset, says Veteran Prepper.
Not enough.
1 more ounce than you have. Tim, do you have loose, modern, silver-proof quarters? We were talking about this today, weren't we?
Yeah, I have a lot of silver-proof sets, and somebody like to buy them and take them apart themselves.
It's not a bad way to go. You showed me those. I was thinking of buying them and cracking them. Really?
That's how we got the last ones. That was the individual I bought them from did exactly that.
It's the Patriot pistol. You need to be stacking this, folks. This is awesome. This is Guam. But yes, these are great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just there's no wear whatsoever. Silver. I love them. Let's see.
I think I had a dozen rolls when you bought the ones you bought, but that would be, let's see, 120 sets. Does that sound right?
5 in each, right?
Yeah.
Yep, probably.
Yeah, if you had 40 sets, then you had 5 rolls.
Pepper Chris, I'd love you to be able to call in, but as soon as I open that call line, there's going to be like 20 or 30 people calling, so I can't necessarily say you to get on. Sorry, buddy. How much is enough? Veteran prepper, how much is enough? I don't know. I mean, I like to. My rule of thumb is to have a year's worth of expenses in precious metals. That's my kind of quick and dirty, right? A little more would be good, but a year's worth of expenses in your family, that would be an awesome target in my vote. Sets. All right, Yankee. Andrew wants to know how much was he talking for those sets?
Oh gosh, that's it's we take the price right out of the gray sheet.
Yep.
And it's probably 15 or 20% higher than melt value.
Yep.
It's not a lot. There are some sets that were made in smaller numbers, and they're obviously going to be more expensive. But most of the sets from 99 to 2008 anyway, the state quarters are going to be fairly inexpensive.
Now, when did the state quarter shift from the 90% to the 3/9? What year was it? Do you remember?
No.
Because these are 90. These are 90%ers. Got a great deal on
They're all
them.
90%. Yes.
I thought the newer ones switched though. They're 3/9.
I think it's commemorative dollars. They're going to make those out of 999.
Okay. And Silver Strock, raise the roof, Tim. Patriot pistol. Thank you, guys. Yes. Tim truly is
True patriot.
a true patriot. Absolutely. He is incredible, and it's fun because I get comments. I hope you see the comments from your videos, man. They want you to run in 2024, okay? They wanted me on the ticket, okay? VP. I'm just saying. But you topped the ticket.
No, you're too smart for vice president.
Thank you.
I mean, the vice president has to be dumb as a rock, so you don't fit the bill. And ever since Pence, the Democrats have really been pissed off, and they determined that there would never be another Democratic vice president who isn't at least dumb as a rock.
Oh boy. 4-star events. 4-star member. Do you have a 1-ounce gold Indian in the shop? A 1-ounce gold Indian.
You mean the buffalo?
I'm. You know what? That's a good question. I'm assuming it's the buffalo. Yes, thank you. A buffalo. A beautiful gold.
I
buffalo.
don't stock them because the price has been all over the place on them. And when the U.S. Mint catches up to demand, it'll be a lot easier to stock them. And right now, the Type 2 Gold Eagle is coming down in price. So I think that day may come before the end of the year when we'll be able to stock everything and not worry about the price. Right now, the biggest seller we have is the Maple Leafs. I mean, they're just selling like crazy.
Yep. They are. In fact, I just bought this from you today, didn't I?
Yeah, so one of those two's up with gold Maple Leafs, you'd be all set.
Oh, jeez. I can't do that. I am on my way to a monster box of these. By the way, do you have any monster box cases I could buy from you for Canadian Maple Leafs?
I probably have one.
Ooh, I'll talk to you about that. Prepper Chris gave me another $2 super chat. You're spending per year in ounces times 5 years is a good idea. So he liked my spending per ounce for 1 year. He wants to multiply it for 5 years. Wow, Prepper Chris, that's a whew. I don't have that. Gold Maple says, if I ever go to New Hampshire, I am visiting you, Tim.
Well, we had customers today that were just passing through, right?
Yes, we did.
Remember that?
Yes, first timers, right?
Yeah.
First time came in, recognized my voice, and
I thought it was the hand model.
Yeah, right. Started waving my hands, and he was like, "Oh, you're a dead ringer for Yankee." But what I thought was hilarious, and I told Mrs. Yankee this, Tim. He said he was with his wife, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make my wife's day. She's gonna," well, or something like that. And she said, "This is Yankee stacking," and she looked at him like, "Yeah." And then I looked over at her, and she's like, "Yeah, he makes me listen to your videos." And I looked at the dude, and I was like, "You do what? Don't do that. You don't want to force her to listen to my voice. Come on, man." He's like, No, she likes it." And I looked over, and I was like, I said, "My own wife doesn't even listen to my videos. You don't have to." And, oh, man, I told Mrs. Yankee that.
In fairness, Yankee, your videos are better than the propaganda our kids are getting in school.
That's a low bar, dude. But thank
No, I
you.
said
But thank you.
your videos are better than
I know, but
the propaganda.
I know. Low bar, though, to cross. That's an easy, that's not saying much. We get all, the propaganda is horrible. I wouldn't have, basically all I'd have to do is stick an American Silver Eagle on a table and go, stack silver. And that would be better. All right.
That's true.
Do you think the government will take over 401ks and other retirement accounts? Frank wants to know.
Do I think so? That bill was crafted back in the mid 2010 range.
Yep.
Yes. There's a bill that was filed in the Senate. I think they put it in a broom closet. Every senator walks to the other side of the hallway, and they don't want to even acknowledge that it's there. Basically, on an IRA or a 401k, you never paid taxes on that money before it went into the IRA or 401k. So the IRS actually has a claim to that income. And
you're talking a traditional, not a Roth, right? A traditional IRA.
Well, a Roth is to some extent, because you've already paid taxes on the Roth. Right. But that won't stop them from stealing it from you.
That is the one I'm more afraid of, the Roth, okay? Because they already got your taxes on the traditional. It's just the interest that you're accruing that they haven't taxed that you're going to get. The other way around. So the Roth, you've already paid your taxes, right?
Back in the years where they were having all this discussion about the Social Security system being bankrupt, and it is.
Yep.
This was a way of saving Social Security.
Yes.
And let's say you retire at 66, and the tables say you're going to die at 81, and in that 15-year period of time, you will collect $250,000 in Social Security benefits. The way the bill reads is, if you have $250,000 in an IRA or a 401k, you won't get zip. Okay, and that's because it to them it's coming out of the same pocket.
And and I think what's going to happen is they're going to change the rules, and they are going to be able to tax the income that you make, the earnings you make on your Roth, which is not supposed to be taxed.
Yeah, that's probably
going to change.
A safe bet.
That is scary. And I think people are going to be flipping out when that happens. They are going to do everything they can to get their hands on as much as they can. That's where the confiscation is. Not with this stuff. Okay, that's what we need to be concerned about. What they're going to do in Congress to get a hold of more and more. They've already doubled down on the death tax. That's happened.
Yep.
And I just read where they blame it on COVID, but I guess our Social Security is supposed to go bankrupt over a year and a half or earlier now because of COVID. That's
probably.
It's just going to keep.
Even though it's already bankrupt.
It's already bankrupt. It's just anyway.
And if you look at payments from Medicare, which most of your listeners are probably not Medicare age, but the payments they pay out to providers is disgraceful. And and I was in a car accident, either drunk or a drug addict. I'm not sure what he was, but he slammed into me head on, and my foot was crushed. And the total amount of medical bills were in the $50,000 range. Medicare paid 12 something, 1,200 something. Okay, and the supplemental insurance didn't even pay what I pay them in premiums. I mean, it's outrageous what Medicare pays providers, and that's going to get worse. But it's going to get worse only because the bills keep going up for providers. I saw that there was a discussion in the paper about a fellow who went to a plastic surgeon to have a cut that he thought was going to make a terrible scar. Plastic surgeon worked on it, gave him a nice, as it healed, it would kind of vanish, the scar would. But he handed him a bill for $1,040, and the guy objected to it. It's like, how can you, for a few stitches, how can you charge that much? $1,000 in a doctor's bill is nothing today.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And if you're on Medicare, they might pay $300, but just chances are they're not even going to pay that.
Nope.
And it's that is, the Medicare system is bankrupt. Social Security is bankrupt. There are more people taking benefits than there are contributing to the system. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Congress needs to straighten it out, but they just don't have any intention to do so.
Go Times 55. We did talk about the Silver Eagle design. I'm coming out with a video on that with Tim. Grand scheme, I do not stack all that other stuff. I'm sorry. I stick with the monetary metals. Platinum, palladium, iridium, rhodium. None of that will ever be monetary metals. All right. It's even in Constitution, too. Silver and gold is what I focus on. Let's see. Question for Tim. With the stock market, housing market, used cars, commodities, and the crypto market at all-time highs, do you have any concern? That's from Sergeant Day. Thank you for that 5 spot. Appreciate it.
Yes, and I'm very, very glad I'm not in the housing market, and I don't need a used car. But it's not, those are the visible items. Everything is going up rapidly. Everything is. And that's something that Congress could actually have an effect on, but they don't have any desire to. Mm-hmm. And I guess if you get enough inflation, the dollar will collapse, and then you get your digital currency.
All right, man. I've kept you long enough. I know there are other questions in here. Everybody wants to chime in. We have 280 people in here still. Wow. I know I'm so far behind Eric, but I just caught up. I'm up to you, Eric. I know it's hard because and I'm sorry if I missed a bunch of questions in there. I did my very best. I want to make sure that I don't just do super chat questions. I was trying to answer or ask some of the other questions, and so you're not crazy after all, cashing out your IRAs and buying PMs. Joey, I would say one thing about that. I would not cash out if there's a penalty. You're going to have a hard time making up that loss, okay? What I do and what I have done is I have transferred my IRAs when I changed jobs to a self-directed IRA. And that allowed me to get into a whole host of other non-paper assets. So definitely check out a true self-directed IRA. I talk about that in my private mortgage lending playlist on my YouTube channel if you want to check out that. Anyways, Eric's laughing now. All right, B2 Constitutional says Yankee strong. Yes, thank you, Bit Bud. I appreciate it. Let's hear it for Tim before we do our final giveaway. Put a 1 in the put thank you. You can type it out. Thank you, Tim, in the chat if you've appreciated the time that he has spent answering your questions and the generosity that he has shown with the giveaway. Try to keep it shorter than last time. I'm doing a little bit better. It's 11. I wanted to stop at 11, man. You've got a lot to do. Here come the thank yous, buddy. Let's do this giveaway.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anytime, bud. I'm going to switch over to this right here. We're going to give this away. And you know what? With all the thank yous going in, that counts. If you thank Tim, that enters you into the giveaway for this Norfed coin. Really cool. Check it out. So definitely put something in the chat if you haven't. If you put thank you, that counts. I'm going to switch over to participants. I'm going to select everybody in there, and we'll put it in the wheel of randomness. Okay, the legit, non-rigged wheel of names. I'm seeing some names pop into the participants list. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. Just a little longer. All right. All copy. All right, got your names here. I'll paste it in here. All copy. We'll switch over to the wheel. Paste the names in. Again, if it lands on Yankee, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to give a silver eagle to the winner. All right, let's spin it. This is for the Norfed coin, or I should say round. Oops. Silver struck. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Said Tim, thank you. Oh, it's nice not to see my name. Got boost. Jesse Collins. Can Jesse hold on? Ooh, this is going to be tight. Going to be tight. Oh, no, Jesse. That was so close. Shoot, I did see Yankee stacking on the wheel. Man. Minted AUAG. Congratulations. Awesome, dude. You just won the Norfed coin. Switch over to there. Oops. Right here. Check it out. Congratulations. Minted AUAG. You win early on the stream. It's nice to see you win it. So nice that we know that it's not rigged when someone like Minted AUAG wins. I'll email you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know you've won. I think you've won a while ago, but I'll look forward to you emailing your mailing address here. Fed and Minted AUAG. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining tonight, and thanks one more time to Tim. See you, buddy.
Thank you, Yankee.
All right. Wow, that was cool. I hope you really loved it. So close. I know, Jesse, that was so stinking close. We'll put that over here. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Close but no cigar, says John. You guys are awesome. Hit the likes on the way out. We'll see you next time on Ask Yankee.